Done. We did it.
Awesome. So thank you. Thank you. All right. So I'm super excited about today because this has been a long time coming and we have some incredible information to share. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Ariel Jarvis, also known as Ariel Egan, as I'm recently married. I'm a natural health practitioner, herbalist, nutritionist, and acutherapist, and CEO of Vitality Wellness World, a holistic clinic out here in Langley. We do serve our clients with all these different modalities: biohacking, optimization on a cellular level, quantum field energy, Ayurvedic medicine, herbs, nutrition, etc. And so what people don't know about us, kind of a kept secret, is we also use the benefits of medicinal cannabis, and we work with a very reputable company. So I'm here with a good friend. We've known each other for almost 2 years now. And you have launched your company with Tantus Health. Things have really been working behind the scenes, but in the last year, we've really seen some traction, which is incredible because people need your help. So first of all, I would love for you to just introduce yourself and and thank you so much for being on here today.
No, absolutely. Thanks for having me. And it's good seeing you again. Lots of good stuff that's taking place in the world of cannabis and medical cannabis specifically. A lot of great questions are starting to pop up about CBD. A lot of people are recognizing that there are other options out there that are reputable. Some really great data that's coming out that supports what we're doing in market around PTSD, stress, anxiety. A lot of people are looking for other options. They don't want to rely on the traditional forms of medicine, and they're looking into what is it that's out there. So a lot of great folks are looking for service of education, support, and understanding. And that's exactly what we've done here at Tantus. We've created a functional community where we can provide that education, that support. We've labeled it the white glove service into understanding what can be done with your specific need. We see a lot of folks coming and looking for an opportunity to have a greater conversation about what it is that is available and why is Health Canada even legalized all of this here in the last few years. So what we're seeing is a lot of people that are all ages that are coming in and asking those questions. My aunts and uncles, they're in their 70s. My mom and dad, they're all coming to, how can I do a better rounded gulp because I come off with aches and pains and arthritis? How can I treat that naturally? And so a lot of people are putting up their hands. Hey, where can I get some information on this? And this is where Tantus has come in and filled that void. We support that. We make sure that there is an opportunity to connect with general practitioners and doctors to review that condition so they know that they're supported. And that's exactly what we're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. And you guys are doing great. I've seen some of your work. I've also referred a lot of my clients, and I've had nothing but good feedback. So I'm really excited to be on the sidelines of what you guys are doing and your mission. But for our viewers that are watching this and for people that don't know, can you kind of just explain what is Tantus Health Co. And what kind of conditions are being treated with the cannabis?
Yeah, no. So Tantus Health Co. is a Health Canada licensed medical cannabis provider. We're a sales only company that provides products much like the Amazon model. So going online and being able to have the product delivered right to your home is what we do. But it's a bit of a process. There's a start. Day one, we make sure that the practitioners, we have those doctors and nurse practitioners discuss what it is that they're looking for. And because of that compliance factor and reviewing those conditions with the doctors, like I said, PTSD, cancer, epilepsy, MS, a lot of conditions are coming forward that cannabis can treat this and give a solid tool to their health tool belt and giving them what they need. And so it starts with that conversation with our doctor. And our license allows us to reach out and communicate for our patients, and we can provide caregiving for those people that cannot care for themselves, just to give them an opportunity to get the products that make sense for their condition. So our license allows us to work with the products that we have on our website and give them an opportunity to engage their health benefits. Health benefits can cover this depending on the conditions. we are seeing some folks engaging their insurance plans to cover these products. So they are tapping into a really great opportunity in adding this as a medical platform that they've never would have considered before. And that's what we're trying to align ourselves and make sure that people have access to that information.
Yes, and for viewers that don't know this, is Vitality has the healthcare side, but we also have the wealth care side. So we have financial wellness coaches that work with the insurance companies. And one thing that I learned that was really interesting is your insurance will actually be affected if you smoke tobacco. Even once a month, your premiums will be way higher. But if you smoke or have any sort of recreational or medicinal use for cannabis, then that is something that's not affected. So you're able to use the medicinal properties of the cannabis, and your premiums for your insurance will maintain or stay the same, or they'll be lower than with tobacco, which is so cool. So I found that really interesting.
No,
So
I think a lot of folks are starting to understand the importance of cannabis. And one of the biggest things that we promote is, if you are traditionally a dried flower user, great, we have those products available. But we always lead with the oils. We always make sure that people have an understanding of what oils and how that oil can be impactful in your life on the daily supplement level. And we coach them and make sure that they know what that dose looks like, what that means to them, and how they can use it on the daily, and make sure that it's certainly used properly.
Yeah, because a lot of people will use it recreationally or medicinally, but like you said, using it properly for what it's meant for. I guess I have a quick question around that. So why are people looking into CBD?
Inflammation is a big one. A lot of people want inflammation treated more naturally, and CBD, that's what it's best known for. You want to sprinkle a little bit of THC in with the CBD, then you're getting yourself a pain treatment as well, or a sleep treatment. So there's a lot of people that are hearing the buzzword CBD, but what does it even mean? And one of the biggest factors that we're educating folks is that it's a huge inflammation supporter. It will take care and work with your body on a level that it reduces inflammation. The studies are showing that it also helps with that anxiety aspect as well. People are in immense anxiety and stress these days, and so they're looking, what are the best supplements that I can use for that, and CBD keeps popping up in the buzzwords. So we highlight that, we review that, and we pass them on to the doctors so that they can be educated properly through the practitioners on what that even means. And that's where they're starting to get the idea that supplements like this are very beneficial, and I'm going to remove that stigma, and I'm going to dive in, and I'm going to start working a treatment that makes sense for me. And that's where CBD is really coming forward as a strong plant-based medicine.
I love that. And here we're always talking about antioxidants. And when I discovered that CBD is an antioxidant and it donates electrons to stabilize free radicals and oxidative stress, like that's how it reduces the inflammation, which is really cool, because it's like on a particle level, like things are happening, which is really neat. So I have a few questions for you. So do you have like a story or a testimonial of how like CBD has helped anybody?
Oh, we had a great story that made us all cry with a young child. He was dealing with epilepsy, and there was nothing that the UBC Children's Hospital could do to help them from their pharmaceutical standpoint. The medicine was helping, but it just wasn't effective enough. So they finally advised that CBD might be an option. So we were introduced to this young fella who came to us and looked for a product that was going to make sense for him. We worked with our practitioners. We were able to get his epilepsy under control, and then actually get back to school. He had never been to school before because his epilepsy was too out of control. But with the CBD, the young guy was able to get it under control, get it into a way that he was able to find a schedule that made sense, and was able to get back to school. I'm also seeing a lot of folks with shingles that are coming to us these days. So we have topicals that can help with that as well. That seems to be a big one, but sleep is the biggest one. Sleep is the biggest one. We have the Calgary Police Association that has come to us, and we're working with a lot of the members in their union to provide them some education on sleep. They're all on hard sleep medication that gives them that zombie effect every single day they wake up, and they're just not feeling where they should be, going out and fighting their daily job, their daily grind. And we were able to start educating on what that looks like for them on the daily, being able to use this as a sleep supplement. And that's been a big one. So we want to continue that for all first responders. We feel that first responders are going to benefit massively from this type of treatment. So we're out there talking to other organizations that will allow us to educate them and support them in this manner.
So do you have options for people to use the cannabis that are first responders? And can they take it and then still operate like a vehicle? Can they still take it while driving?
THC, no.
Okay.
When you're using THC, the best advice is stay away from all operating vehicles. Just absolutely stay away. Don't risk it. The CBD, different story. You will be able to, but with a conversation with one of our practitioners first, because once you start that process of CBD, you're going to check in with those practitioners to make sure that the dosing is right. There is a small trace of THC in every CBD product, so it might affect people differently. It's biodiversity, so we're going to have that different effect. So we stay close. We make sure that everybody understands what that looks like, and if it has a stronger impact, then we pull back that dose, and then they're able to adjust appropriately and get themselves into their daily grind. But as far as operating vehicles, no, it's not an option at this point. We would say stay away.
That makes sense. So why do you need a prescription for medical cannabis and CBD?
Well, it's regulated. The Cannabis Act has that regulation in place. The compliance dictates that we want to know who we are submitting a medical document or prescription to. We like to, we're regulated to report back to Health Canada what the practitioner has actually assigned to the patient, how much they've been assigned. So that allows us to work with them on that medical level, making sure that they have that proper medical roadmap to get them to their natural wellness where they want to be. And that doctor, that practitioner can consult every step of the way. So once you start, it doesn't mean that you're done. We're there every step of the way. We have most of the prescriptions last between 3, 6, 9, and 12 months. So you're never really allowed to just get a prescription and run with it. We make sure, or Health Canada has made sure that you have that support every step of the way.
Amazing. So with the direction of things, typically what I do when I'm seeing a client is I assess their needs, and if I see a need for this type of medicine, then I refer them to you. But clearly you have a website with your company. What are some of the other products you carry on your website?
So we're going. The one that people always ask for that we don't have is the gummies. It's loaded with sugar, and we don't want to be promoting inflammation. So we are completely devoid of sugar products. The products that we do have are topicals. We do have facial creams, rejuvenating creams. We do have joint and muscle creams that help with our arthritis. And then we move into the oils, which is our biggest one. Our oils come in both CBD and THC format. A lot of people are looking for vapes. We do provide a vape option and dried flower. So that's the basis that we're looking at. We're also moving into capsules. We do have capsules that are coming onto the website, and lots of room to grow. It's lots of interesting products that are coming out for a lot of different other conditions that we haven't even looked at yet. And that's going to give every person an opportunity to indulge in the products that make sense for their conditions.
And for users that's, this is like foreign territory, when you say oils, what do you mean by that? Do you mean like essential oils, or do you mean like tinctures that you would take orally under the tongue?
Yes. So MCT oils, we have extra virgin olive oils. Those are the two delivery systems that make sense healthy wise. They're healthy fats, and we want to be able to promote a healthy delivery system that makes sense for engaging with a cannabinoid treatment for them. Our body requires it. We have what's called an endocannabinoid system, and that endocannabinoid system requires a daily dose of cannabinoid. It doesn't have to be THC. That's where the CBD comes in, and we provide our bodies that daily dose that gives our supplemented body an opportunity to run efficiently, bring the balance into place with these products that are available to them. And all of our doctors will review that with them, and our client care team will also continue that education with our patients to make sure that, why am I taking this? How does this work? I take it under the tongue. Great. Awesome. It's that simple. And it's just a matter of continuing to work with us. Our website has constant studies and documents and articles to provide that ongoing education so that people can be connected with what we're doing, and making sure that they have a full understanding of what's being involved with working with plant-based medicine that is cannabis.
That's amazing. So like who, if I may ask, who manufactures the products on your site?
Great question. Out of Kelowna, BC, we've got
Okay.
Heritage
Local.
BC. Heritage Cannabis is
Yeah.
doing all of our products. We've formulated a great partnership with this team, and their products stand by their own reputation. And we have people all over Canada that are reaching out to us, knowing that they can now have access to their products for sleep. Big one for sleep. These guys are doing a great job with their oils for sleep and anxiety, and so folks are constantly reaching out to us from their reputation online on being able to provide them the product across the nation. So really great company. They're moving into the States now. They're doing a lot of great work in the United States with their products down south, and we hope to continue to grow with them.
So is it really hard for people to get approved?
No, it really comes down to the review of where they're currently at medically. If they have some, our number one job with our practitioners is, what kind of medicine are you on currently right now? If there's any indication that the medicine that they're taking has an adverse effect with cannabis, the treatment stops right there. They don't get an opportunity to hurt themselves in a way that some other people who self-medicate do. So we do have an opportunity to review their current medical condition, their current medical status. And if it makes sense, then the medical documents are released to us to help move them into a product that relates to the prescription that has been assigned to them. So it's not
So it
difficult. The
alleviates a lot of
time,
the risk.
yeah, the time that it takes to get set up from beginning, middle, and end is about 5 to 6 business days. So the first part of that process is getting access to getting registered, then talking to our practitioner. Then the practitioner gives us the review to us. Then we review that with them, and then move them into a product that makes sense to them, delivered right to their door, 5 to 6 business days.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Wow. And is there an age requirement for this process?
An age requirement. So big one. This is a great question. Anyone under the age of 19 or 20 should not be engaging in THC at all. But that's not to say that they shouldn't be using some sort of CBD. So when you're looking at brain development and growth, when children under the age of 19 should not be using any type of THC in that level. It will interrupt that growth, that natural growth process. So we don't recommend it unless it's a circumstance that requires it. So we're not the ones. I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be one. I just make sure that the information is reviewed properly with the patient. And if they feel as though that they need to bring their child into that situation, well, let's talk to the practitioner. Let's make sure that it makes sense. So we do have over 40 practitioners that we work with in our partnership, and there are some that just won't offer that as an option for anyone under the age of 19. So it's great to know that everyone's best interest is being looked at and reviewed, and making sure that if it makes sense, then move forward. If it doesn't, then no, we're not going to participate in harming anyone in the process.
I guess it would be more like a case by case situation though, because it's definitely less harmful than some of the pain medication that children are placed on,
Mhm.
or, you know, when they place children on morphine and things like that. So I could definitely see how this might be more beneficial. So I think it would probably be a case by case. Yeah, very interesting. I have another question for you. So is it true that you can claim these products on your health insurance?
Yes, you can, but depends
Oh,
on who you're with.
okay.
So if you are with a specific health provider that has a health spend account, then usually that amount will be reserved for massage, chiropractic, or medical cannabis. You can add that in. Those folks that have and are fighting cancer usually have that accessibility for sure. So it's case by case, and of course provider by provider and clause by clause. But we always coach the patient to let's get an understanding first of what is provided. I can tell you right now, I just finished working with the Calgary Police Association, and they are all covered at some way, shape, or form. So, and that's with Blue Cross. So Blue Cross and Green Shield are very, very friendly in that health spend category. And then it gives us an opportunity to coach the patient. Let's go and review that. Let's review what is available to you, and we make sure that we guide them along every step of the way.
Oh, that's awesome. Love it. And then what kind of education is out there for properly using the medical cannabis?
So we do have partners that are actually coaches. They're
Okay.
certified coaches. They have a foundation of understanding of education towards the process, and many years before this was even provided as a legal option, they were in the market educating properly, giving the coaching that was necessary. So we do have partners like that as well that can guide them if they want to dive into a deeper service and treatment. Then we provide that introduction to our partners, and they can go ahead and work with our coaches as well.
That's awesome. Wow.
Mm.
Amazing. Is there anything else that you want to share with our audience?
just just pay attention. There's lots of great information out there, and I think what we need to do is start breaking down that stigma, because it's still real. Everyone is coming from that generational transition of, this is the wacky tobacco. Yeah, that's real. It was illegal for a very long time, but we legalized it for a reason. And I think there's a great opportunity to educate yourself on why it's been legalized and why it's a solid option as your new tool to your tool belt of health. And I want to constantly make sure that people know that we're working at making sure that we stay with the studies that are popping out. They recognize that it's still new in a lot of ways, but the studies are coming out to prove how important this product is to your health. So stay close, pay attention, join us on social media. We're working with great partners like yourself to make sure that this is evangelized properly and get that reputation of good service and great education on what's out there and what's available.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming. I'll make sure that we have all your social media handles so that our audience can access you. They can take a look at your site, reach out to Ian at Tantus Health. And, just like you said, get rid of the stigma. Just learn a little bit more about this plant medicine, the beautiful qualities. Don't be afraid to try it. And you'd be surprised how your body will respond if you have the appropriate medicine for you. So thank you so much for coming on here today. I really appreciate your time.
It's been great.
And it was great to connect and chat. And I look forward to connecting in the future.
Excellent. Anytime. We'll talk to you soon.